Gary Laubach, Mike Joseph. Mike and I are back with you to kind of finish up today, but there is one regret. Ross Sherman was unable to get here. We had wanted to talk to Ross because he's got some bigger and better things to look forward to. But again, I think we emphasized many times today how this is really more about education than it is about football or soccer. And Ross Sherman was not here today because he had to go to class. And that's exactly why he wasn't able to make it. So we're going to talk a little bit about Ross. We're going to show you Ross in action as he had himself just a great season, as he had 1,191 yards and 12 rushing touchdowns this year, 57 catches for 521 yards and 3 touchdowns, a 90-yard kickoff return. He finishes his career with 3,504 yards rushing. That's third all-time here at Lafayette. 31 touchdowns. That's fourth all-time in rushing touchdowns. 1,197 yards receiving. 8 touchdowns catching the football for 4,701 yards. 2 kick returns for touchdowns. In total, 41 touchdowns in his career. Ross Sherman, just an outstanding player. And there you get a look at him at the NFLPA Collegiate Bowl, where he went 50 yards. Yeah, it was called back, but through no fault of his own, it was called back, and he just had himself a great day. And Mike Joseph, I don't think there's any question that that 50-yard run then got him invited to the NFL Combine.
No doubt about it. I mean, he was just, he showed exactly what you and I watched for 4 years. He showed that explosion, and he showed the fact that he can compete at that next level. And you saw the last guy who ran away from him right there played the national championship game for Oregon. So, and he kind of blew by him as well. So even without the hold, I think he showed that he can play at that level. And I think that's what Ross went out there to do, and he mentioned it a few times. I need to show them that I can do different things with the football and I can compete at a higher level, coming from a 1AA level and playing against that competition. He did nothing but do that in practice and in the game, and you can expect nothing less from Ross Sherman.
And what was difficult for Ross in that situation was that I think there were 5 running backs on his team, and he was basically the one who was used the least.
Absolutely.
And yet probably, if you give him that 50-yard run, he's probably the MVP of the game.
Oh, without a doubt. He ends up with some 85 yards on only 6 carries. And really, they didn't give him the opportunity to show what he does best, and that's in the open space, catch the football and kickoffs and things like that. But there's a lot of kids to get in the game. There's a lot of kids, and that's an up-and-coming bowl game. That's only the second year that they've run the NFLPA Bowl. That will become a bigger and better game. Obviously, the big games being the Senior Bowl, the North-South Bowl, the East-West Shrine, and there's no doubt in my mind that he belonged in those games as well, but it got him where he wanted to go, and that's the NFL Combine.
So what does he have to look forward to at the Combine, and what kinds of things will go on there for him to show what he can do?
The first 24 hours, they're going to probe him like he's cattle. I mean, they're going to find out every part of his body. They're going to try to figure out, has he had any injuries? How bad were those injuries? Are there any up-and-coming problems that they need to worry about? So he'll have MRIs and x-rays and everything on the entire body, from his ankles to his head, CAT scans, things like that, just to honestly understand that the NFL wants to know what they're getting. So that'll be the first 24 hours. They'll height and weight him. He'll go through the weight room. He'll do his bench press, 225, certain amount of times. He'll do a clean. He'll do the little things that I think he'll have no problem excelling in. And then obviously it's on the field and those things that we all watch at the end of February, which is the 40-yard dash. The agility run, which is back forth, they call it the Nebraska agility. He'll take handoffs from quarterbacks. He'll catch the ball out of the backfield. He'll run some routes on linebackers. He'll pass protect. All things that I think Ross can do at the next level. He's exceptional pass catcher, so I'm excited to watch him get to the NFL Combine and show off his skills, because I think all he needs is a chance.
Well, we obviously wish him very, very well in that NFL Combine. Ross is scheduled to graduate, so he's taking care of the educational business here at Lafayette College, now looking towards his future, and we wish him nothing but the best. All right, sum it all up for us today. We got just about the same number of people at every position on the football field. That has to be a good thing.
Yeah, usually you have an overload, say, at one position where you need more offensive linemen or defensive linemen, but I really like what Frank talked about, getting quality and not worrying about quantity, having 3 offensive linemen, 4 defensive backs, and basically 2 at every other position. Bringing in a quarterback, I think, was big too for spring football. So I think Lafayette got good quantity out of the 18. I think there's a few more probably left out there that Frank will bring in this weekend, maybe even later than that. But I'm excited about the class. I'm excited about their athletic ability. I'm excited about their passion to be here, which Coach Link talked about so much. And I like the diversity of where they went to get these kids. It opens up roads in California and in Texas and in Florida and places where we're going to have to go if we want to be a scholarship contender and, like Bruce talked about, get to the next level and play for a national championship.
I'm excited about being in the booth September 5th.
Absolutely.
For William and Mary. That's Mike Joseph, nobody better. I want to thank, too, Coach Tavani, who was with us earlier today, Mickey Fine, obviously Art Link, Mike, of course, Brooke Evler, who put this all together, and to everybody that was a part behind the scenes of today's National Signing Day here at Lafayette College. Thanks for spending some time with us. I invite you back, 7 o'clock, Lafayette Bucknell basketball. John Feinstein will be our guest analyst for that basketball game. John Leone will be on the sidelines. You don't want to miss it, and Mike Joseph's day isn't done. He'll be back for the halftime interview to talk to Coach Tavani. If you missed that earlier today at noon, it's obviously on GoLeopards.com, but Frank and Mike will probably sum it all up for you today at halftime. That's it for National Signing Day. Thanks so much for joining us. For Mike, I'm Gary. Goodbye, everybody.